Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV live with another match preview, an early one. We used to do one on Thursdays. We're gonna do one on Thursday, but we got a match coming up. A match that we probably don't want at this moment, playing the way we have been playing as of late. But Jamie's gonna. He's here. Jamie from Jamie Football Chats, Liverpool fan. You might have seen him around because he's on all streams, all popular ones, and he's gonna just
Stick the
tell us,
knife in.
confirm what we are expecting, an announced death, maybe on Wednesday night. But Jamie, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Oh, you muted there. I think I muted you, so you gotta unmute yourself there.
There we go.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. No, I appreciate you inviting me on, man. This should be good.
Of course, of course.
All right,
We
mate.
got Brent. We got Brent, of course, as well from the U.S. Newcastle United fan. A big shout out to Don Husam. He was going to join, but he's going live at this time as well, and just schedule didn't work, as well as Callum Sanderson from Team Coppish. He was also and I've seen him do streams with Jamie and the whole bunch. A Liverpool fan. I got many Liverpool fans that I can send a message to. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys get around certainly. But shout out to all of them. Great channels, big channels, and so let's get started, folks. We got Gary, we got Brent, and Mighty Win on the Newcastle side. But first, I mean, Jamie, your team is killing it, man. I mean, are you just riding the way? Actually, one thing that I said earlier this season is there's drama constantly with Arsenal. There's drama with Manchester United all the time. Tottenham fans raging at Postecoglou. And Liverpool this season, in particular this season, you guys have been under the radar, but very much leading the bunch. And what do you think about that? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it has been very smooth sailing so far, I have to admit. When you go from, a legendary manager in Jurgen Klopp, in that transition, it is meant to be difficult. But yeah, Arne Slot came in, and look, I ain't gonna lie, I weren't sitting there waving my flag for Arne Slot when when Klopp decided he wanted to leave. But the club saw something in him that they liked, and I didn't know much about him. It's only when I went and researched Arne Slot after we decided to make him our manager that you actually realise he's actually a bloody good coach. The job he did in the Netherlands was extremely good. Then I listened to some of the Dutch reporters out there who were saying like this guy is like the Dutch coach. I think it was the highest paid Dutch coach in the history of that league. They really talk highly about him. So I was feeling really good about it. And then when pre-season started, it was like, yeah, okay, I'll see what this guy's about. And then the league started, and I think the second or third game in, I was like, okay, this guy is a mixture of, all these new young managers right now. And, he's not going to change too much of what Klopp did, but he's going to just sprinkle some bits of what he wants to do, like make us tighter at the back and stuff like that, and slow the speed of our play down a little bit. And yeah, he's been amazing. The fans are now literally falling in love with the guy. And we're going strength to strength at the moment. And because he's so laid back as well, and he's, Klopp was more rock and roll, passionate, emotional. Arne Slot's like more laid back and reserved and relaxed. And that's how our team is at the moment. And that's how we are as fans right now. So, yeah, we're letting everyone else argue amongst themselves right now, and we're just doing our thing.
Yeah, man, it's
A lovely position to be in.
Yes,
of course, and I mean, it's remarkable what Liverpool's doing. I mean, to be fair though, Liverpool staying on top, even last season, the season before, always on top. No matter, listen, I've been listening to Liverpool fans all the time, and sometimes you guys complain, sometimes you don't complain. I know you've told me before you needed a DM, a proper DM. You had McAllister there, you still have him there. But at the end of the day, Liverpool's always at the top, man. It's whether you like it or not, you got to respect that team. Always at the top, and so it's going to be a difficult one on Wednesday. But what are your expectations coming to St. James's Park? I mean, it's a difficult one, I would assume.
This is the game I said would be our most difficult in this run.
Wow.
Yeah, like Real Madrid and Man City. The way Man City were the last few weeks, I thought we would beat them at home. Real Madrid missing the players they were missing. But Newcastle away, evening kickoff at St James's, I think it's going to be a very difficult game. And Liverpool and Newcastle, we've all got so many games in like the next few weeks leading up to Christmas. That rotation is going to have to take part. Liverpool's had two big games in a week against Real Madrid and Man City, so I'm sure Scott's going to have to look at some kind of rotation for this game as well. We also got the Merseyside derby on a 12:30 kickoff after a Wednesday evening game, so I think he's going to have to look at some kind of rotation. So I do think this will be a tricky game for Liverpool. It is one of the games that might, we might have to go for a bit of pain going through.
Yeah, surprisingly. But you guys haven't lost the game since what? At least the last 5 you haven't lost.
Forest, was it? They've only lost against Forest.
Forest at Anfield.
That was a big one.
Yeah, Forest at Anfield, yeah.
7. I think we played 19 games, 17 wins. Was it 1 draw, 1 loss?
1 draw, 1 loss, yeah.
Yeah.
It's madness,
you guys
isn't
are doing pretty good. Mighty win. Well, I'm assuming you're expecting a 5-0 win to Newcastle, but we're going to bring you down to reality.
Check the prediction league, Bunny lad. Check the prediction league.
What do you make of this game, man? Is this a game that you fear at St James's Park?
It's exactly the sort of game that Newcastle have had on a regular basis for years and years and years. The games that we should win, we don't win, and the games that we shouldn't win, we do win, unless they matter. And this is by no means a must win.
No,
well, it is for Eddie Howe, but not in the bigger scheme of things.
Do you really think that if the result goes as expected, which it's a loss? Let's be fair. I think most people are saying that it's going to be a loss. Do you think that's going to jeopardize Eddie Howe? Eddie Howe is already.
I think it will. Especially, we've got the next 3 games after this one are eminently winnable, and it would be just like us to do what we did against Arsenal, beat Arsenal, and then lose to Brighton at home and Palace away. We'll save our predictions for the end, but
right.
I just think it's one of those games where everybody is expecting, even all of our predictors are going for a Liverpool win. It's a bit like when we played West Ham, when even the West Ham fans were going for a Newcastle win, comfortable win. And our predictions are by and large all for Liverpool wins.
That's right.
And I just think it's one of those games where we just do stuff that upsets the apple cart, shall we say.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
And you know what they say about history repeating itself. And, we'll have to go back a long way, 96, when Newcastle were on the sort of run that Liverpool were on. And Man United were the Man City of the day, and they were 10 points behind us coming up to Christmas.
Oh, man.
And then a lot happened.
Is this a Once Upon a Time podcast, man? Come on.
There you go.
We're talking about today. Let us go with a poll that we put up kind of late today, but still 125 people voted what the predictions are. Newcastle versus Liverpool at St. James's Park. Newcastle wins says 25% of the votes, 71% an overwhelming Liverpool win, and 4% say a draw. So we put up the same poll in the chat, so please vote, and it's already looking about the same. But we're going to review that, of course. We got your we're going to ask Jamie his predicted lineup in a minute. We're going to go to our predicted lineup, and then we're going to do player by player to compare. And I think we should cancel this one for this show specifically. I don't know about the midfield. The midfield usually wins against most teams, so we're going to take a look at that, of course. And then, of course, the predictions and who has played for both teams. We already know a few. At least one, a few certain, so that you guys will know. But we're going to test your knowledge on that, of course. And at the end, remind me, everybody, we're going to send Jamie's channel link on the chat so people can subscribe. Look, we're all football fans, so we got to support all the fan channels out there. And he's tagged in the title as well. All you got to do is click on it. You'll subscribe quickly, and there you go. So, all right. Well, Gary, what do you think about this game, man? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's. I mean, we saw last year. They go down to 10 men. It looked like we're going to get the results, and then Nunes gets two worldies, and you're like, oh my god, here we go. I mean, not only are Liverpool our bogey side and have been for some time now. I mean, we go back to some years, since the last time, and bless him.
Thank you, Michael.
It was the King of Qatar who was telling us last night that it was Steve McLaren that got the win against them last time we won against Liverpool. So it is going to be a toughie. But I just want to go back to what Jamie was saying before with Slot coming in. I mean, the one thing I like about this lad is he's humble. You've already mentioned his attitude, his persona. He fully admitted that he'd embraced and taken on a good side from Klopp. And we all know what Klopp had built and the silverware that Liverpool have had over the last couple of years under Klopp. I mean, his legacy will live on in it for years at Liverpool. But I just think what Slot has done to Liverpool, what I've seen of them this season, is solidified them a little bit more. What Jamie said, he's made them a little bit tighter at the back. They've got some horrendous injuries from some key players, and yet still he puts these kids out there that, Bradley, I think his name was. Am I right, Jamie?
Yeah, Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley, yeah. Good looking lad, he looks really comfortable on the ball. Somebody the likes of we have within Newcastle, but so frightened to use. And I just find sometimes, when you've got a coach the likes of Slot who is able to pull out certain individuals from the lower teams, the under 21s and under 23s alike, and just put them in and make it look like the lads never missed a game for them, that's special. And like I say, even though Bradley's come in there, he looks smooth, he looks totally comfortable on the ball. And I think that has got to be testament to Slots. I go on to Opta. I mean, Opta are predicting that they are number one across all 5 leagues at the minute regarding the team. They're number one in the league across all 5 leagues. And their predicted final points is 88. Just under 89. So you can see from the way they're playing, the form at this present moment in time. Yet it's only 13 games in. They have got a lot of injuries, and there's going to be upsets along the way. But the way they're playing at the moment, and it doesn't matter who they face, and they faced some formidable challenges over the last few games, and they've come through them totally unscathed, apart from picking up a few injuries. But they seem a team that the trajectory is going higher than it was under Klopp. And, I questioned when Slot come in, and Jamie mentioned it. Sometimes when a team gets taken over by a new manager, a new vision, sometimes you go on a little bit of a tangent. I expected the same at Chelsea. And yet the 2 lads that have come in, Slot and Maresca at Chelsea, have hit the ground running. They've produced a team going forward now. And again, I'm going to say this. To me, Liverpool at this present moment in time is better under Slot than under Klopp. That's how it feels to me.
Well,
and that takes some saying, I must admit.
Well, it definitely does, because I don't know about that. I mean, it's hard to compare the two, though. I mean, obviously, Klopp, he's an elite level manager, but you got to give credit to Arne Slot, because I think nobody expected what he's doing this season, as well as nobody expected what Maresca is doing. But obviously, Liverpool is first, so you got to give him high praise. And even coming from Netherlands, there were jokes about Ten Hag and all of that stuff. Even the both are bold. But you know what happened.
But that's how people in the football space now do it. They don't look at what a coach done in the past and all that. They just went, they're both bald and Dutch, so he's going to be as bad as Ten Hag. That's the way football is now. It's just it's mad. This guy's special for me. I think he's special.
Yep. Thank you so much to Michael McIntyre for the super chat. Mighty Win is right. Tune win 2-0, 20. I don't know, but shout out to Michael McIntyre. Um, before we go to Brent, I got some insights to open up some. To just to put out there, Newcastle have scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. Alexander Isak has the most shots on target per match for Newcastle, which is just 1.1. So it's really not the if you if you're a striker, it has to at least shoot once a game. I would assume. Anthony Gordon has created the most big chances for Newcastle, which is a whopping 3. Um, and by the way, we're gonna get to Jamie's take on Anthony Gordon as well, because he was rumored to go there. And somebody in the chat said, I think David T said Jamie's wearing Everton blue.
I am nowhere never
Come,
blue. No, this is my weightlifting shirt. So
this is
yeah,
the okay. It's just
I'll just throw this
all right.
one.
All right,
Snag it.
and but yeah. So, and as far as Liverpool, they have scored 13 goals in their last 5 matches. 13, almost doubling what Newcastle United have scored in the last 5 games. Have kept the most clean sheets in the competition, 7. So you right there, you score the most goals and you allow the least. Pretty simple math, man. You're gonna be first. And then also Liverpool haven't lost to Newcastle United in their last 15 meetings, 11 wins, 4 draws. So all of this mighty win talking about it can't happen, it might happen. What are you talking about, man? It literally hasn't happened in 15 games. So Brent, what the hell's going on, man?
Oh, I wish I could answer that question for Newcastle. But no, I mean, for me, this matchup, there's a lot of questions that I want to see if they're going to be answered. Question one would be our wing backs. I want to see Lewis Hall against Salah. I know Jamie said they might rotate the squad, and that would make sense. But I would like to see Lewis Hall against Salah. I know that sounds ridiculous. Some people probably would rather see Salah on the bench the way he's played, but we really rate Lewis Hall, and we feel he's been our best player this season consistently. And so I would like to see that matchup. I know that again, it might sound crazy, but the other question is, how's this team going to respond? Obviously, they've responded against Arsenal, and that kind of started our decent run of form. We played well against City. But then when I go back and look at those matchups, I also see City. I think the last time City scored points was off us. I don't think they've won a game since they scored points off us. And then Arsenal kind of had a bad run of form as well. So are the players going to respond? Because we asked the question, are they kind of over Eddie Howe? What's going on in the locker room? The player, our guys, they've been so up and down this year and mostly down body language wise. Howe after the match didn't look great body language wise. So it's going to be one way or the other. We're going to see a response come Wednesday. Are the lads going to actually try to do something? Are they going to pick it up? Are they going to respond for their coach, their manager, or what's going to happen? So those are questions that I want to see answered. And that's even away from a result. I don't expect we'll beat Liverpool, but if we can take a point, I'll take that. That would be a huge response, in my opinion, with the way they're playing. So those are my thoughts on the match coming up.
Yep. Jimmy, there were conversations about Anthony Gordon, and he was basically a done deal. We offered him to you, and you were not unhappy to take him. It was rumors that you wanted him. The problem was too many left wings that you had with Luis Diaz, who I rate highly, and and look, he's just got a new contract, but this is football, man. If you pay the price, he shall move. Is that somebody you would still be interested?
Yeah, I like Gordon. I've when we were in for him, I always thought everyone kept thinking like we got Diaz, we got Gakpo, we got 2 left wingers there. Unless one's going to go, buying Gordon don't make no sense. And I said at the time, I did shows about it myself, that if Liverpool bought Gordon, I wonder if they would have played him right wing, him and Mo Salah on the right wing. And That's what I thought. That's what I thought, and I think that's what Liverpool thought as well. Because I think if they accepted, is it Joe Gomez you wanted in exchange at the time?
Yep.
I
Maybe
believe.
so. Yeah, centre
Yeah,
back.
but Liverpool didn't want to let Joe Gomez go. If that deal happened, I think that's where Anthony Gordon would have played. He would have played right wing, Mo Salah and Anthony Gordon at right wing, and two left wingers. That have been the way I would have looked at it. But
Yeah.
the deal didn't go through. You know, we moved on. Everyone moves on. Newcastle gave him a new contract, and Newcastle got a good player there. I think Anthony Gordon's a really, really good player, and he's only going to get from strength to strength. What makes me laugh, he is so quick for someone. I've never seen a skinnier footballer in my life, by the way. He has got zero muscle tone or anything, but he is so quick, and I think he's very creative as well. And I think he's going to get better and better. And yeah, look, if he don't go to Liverpool, I hope he stays at Newcastle for the foreseeable, because he could be a good player for you guys. I really do.
Yeah, thank you, Benjamin Maven. Too many left wings. What's that feel like? Exactly.
We're in exactly that situation.
Yeah, man, it's getting crazy over here at Newcastle, man. We're not skint. We got the money, but they don't let us use it, man.
Yeah, I hate that, by the way. I just want to say, because I know I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm one of the Liverpool fans who said that Newcastle should be able to spend whatever they want. I hate the fact that you got an owner that came in that was willing to spend money on the city, the club, the players, the staff, and these teams in the Premier League decided not to let Newcastle do it. And I just think it's out of order, personally. And I'm not one of them fans. I just want to let everyone know. I think if you've got money, you should be able to spend it.
Exactly. There we go. There we go, man. We're on the same page. We feel the same way. You know, people, if the people with the most money do win for the most part. For the most part, it happens that way. You have a Leicester every now and then, but it's like every 30 years you get one of those. And you know, just let it be. If you're that good, just compete. You know what I mean? Just compete. Liverpool still has a big. Just using Liverpool, not demonizing Liverpool or any other club. Just saying Liverpool have the fame, you would say. The players still will join Liverpool rather than go somewhere else. You know, to me, Liverpool is the biggest team in England, and Mighty Wayne, he's a Man U fan though, so he's different. But I think Liverpool is, because I think the Champions League is the most important and difficult tournament to win, and Liverpool have won the most in England by a mile, to say the least. And so, but there we go. So those were the insights. I mean, what is your line? Let's go with your lineup. I'm interested to see. By the way, what's going on with Mo Salah, man? Are you trying to get rid? Shame on you, Jamie, because I think you do that to a legend, man. I'm not cool with that.
I don't know what the club's doing, to be fair. And I really it's basically coming out in every interview saying, I want to stay. You know, just give me the contract. I don't know what we're doing.
Give me the money, basically.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's arguably the best player in the world on form right now. He's best player in the country. He's 32, but he's not one of them 30-year-old players for me that's going to go downhill anytime. You know, he keeps himself in fantastic condition. He doesn't, you know, he's lost a little bit of pace, but he's still quick. But he's not running 90% of the games now. He chooses when he does he takes his moments. It's like, I'm not comparing to Messi and Ronaldo, but what I'm saying by it is that when you look at Messi and Ronaldo when they got into their 30s, they chose their moments. You know, they changed the way they played a little bit, chose their moments, and I think if you look at Mo now, that's what he's doing. And like, if he wants a 3-year deal, give him a 3-year deal, because a 3-year deal and his money, the money he wants is probably 52 million quid over 3 years. Who are you going to spend 52 million pound on in the transfer market to get a replacement for Mo Salah? So financially, it only makes sense to give him a new deal. I think we'll do it eventually, but the more we're waiting and the more we're putting it off, the more we're pissing him off. And he's just going to turn around eventually and go, look, I love it here. I don't want to leave, but you're treating me a bit crap here. And, you know, I'm thinking about leaving there.
To one of the best players that you have had since probably Steven Gerrard, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think Mo Salah is Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player, in my opinion. You know, I'm 43, so I'm 43, so I've seen obviously all the Premier League, and I love Stevie a bit, but Mo's he's taken his, even now at 32, he's trying to drag this team to a Champions League and Premier League double. That's what he wants to do. And he's doing it at the moment. And I love the guy. But the one I'm very confident, I think Virgil signs a new deal. I'm very confident on that one. I think actually Virgil, in a weird way, is the easiest to do because he's got he's like middle of the road wages wise between the two of them, between him and Trent and Mo. And I think he's the best defender for me in the world still at this moment in time. And he's only getting better at 33, which is mad.
So do you think, Jamie, that Liverpool's defense has gotten so much better because, like you said, they slowed the game down a little bit?
Yeah, because we slowed the game down a little bit. We're not, we don't press like a Klopp team back in the day when we pressed with a full team, like from the goalkeeper to the main striker, we pressed as a full team. We don't really do that no more. So we press like 40% of the team press, 60% sits, and we go in stages. And because we play that double pivot as well, it just gives them a bit more balance in the midfield. Yeah. Who's the Cockney?
Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Who's the Cockney? Get a proper scouse. Only joking. He says, "Let's have Salah, mate. We need some quality on the right wing."
Everyone always asks me about why I'm a Southerner that supports Liverpool. The reason is my dad's from there, and he moved south. Obviously, met my mum. Went to bed one night, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? So, and then I was brought up supporting Liverpool. It's just the way it is. It's the way.
Exactly. But he was rumored to. I mean, not rumor really with any base, to be fair. But yeah, they did put him out there as a potential option for Newcastle on the right wing because we don't have that. I mean, that I would be over the moon. Mo Salah is like wine, man. He's getting better by age. And it's just rare to see.
If he doesn't re-sign with Liverpool, though, he's off over in the sandbox, right? He's going to make a bunch of money over there.
Actually, today I saw that they had him on a PSG shirt.
Yeah, I think he stays in Europe. I don't think he wants to go to Saudi just yet. I think he's got friends that have played over in Saudi that have got in, and I don't think it's where he wants to go just yet. Look, don't get me wrong. If he went there, he's literally the king.
Oh yeah.
if he goes, it will pee Ronaldo off because like
the Pharaoh.
Yeah, I mean Salah's he'll be different. He's he's the king. So I don't know if he goes to South. I think another reason why I give him his contract, if it don't work out after 2 years, Saudi are always going to take him, no matter what. So,
yeah, that's true. All right, let's go with Liverpool's lineup. And if you see Mighty Wayne or Gary, if you see anything interesting in the chat, pin it so we can get to it. Try to get to it at the end. All right, so you can make any changes you want to this lineup to face us. You guys got a lot of tournaments to play. Every tournament, damn near. You're still alive in the Carabao Cup. Which, by the way, before we get to that, because our goal is the Carabao Cup. Get back to winning days. Eventually, you would assume that if we do beat Brentford, if we move on forward, you're going to have to beat the big teams, Liverpool, etc. Whoever is out there at this point. I think is Arsenal still
Tottenham,
in, right?
Well.
Tottenham and Arsenal playing together. No, not Arsenal. Man U.
Tottenham.
Man U and Tottenham. So they're still out there. Well, you're gonna play either or. But so my point is, what do you think about the Carabao Cup? Is that something that interests you, or do you think that Arne is going to place a different lineup?
Yeah, look. So in the Carabao Cup, we've got Southampton away. I think because of the injuries now, he will probably go with a more weakened side. But it is something I like to win. I like that trophy. Because it's in February, it's in the middle of the season. It's always a good trophy to win and keep the season going. Mourinho used to love doing it. Pep Guardiola used to love doing it when they first came to this country. And if we can get past Southampton playing the youngsters and a reserve side, and get to the semi-final, which is I believe in January, I think then Slot will get some of our players back by then. I think then Slot will look at it and go, right, let's just go for this because the teams left are all probably beatable. So, it all depends how he's going to look at it for me because of the injuries. But right now, it's probably not the most important game for Liverpool.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's about importance, man. You guys have a lot to choose. So let's go with this lineup. Kelleher, what's going on with Allison? Is he hurt?
Yeah,
Still hurt, isn't he?
yeah. Allison hasn't done full training yet, he's been doing individual training, so it's just getting fitness up. But the lucky thing we got is that we don't need to rush him back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, exactly.
Quaven Kelleher.
What's your thoughts on Kelleher, buddy? Because obviously he's out of contract in the summer.
He's got
Klopp
he's got 2
has
years.
already told him
2026.
he's got 3 years, has he?
It's 2026. His contract ends.
Ah, right. Okay. I thought he was up. He's only got 1 year left, and it was coming up because he's already been told by Klopp, hadn't he, to find another team because he should be first choice. To me, he's an outstanding keeper as a second. And if I'm honest with you, I'd already said in a previous show for us, if I was going to replace Popey, I'd be looking at somebody like Kelleher, a young lad who's still got years in front of him. Can use his feet. He's very good as a shot stopper. You've got to be impressed with what he's done since Alisson's come out.
Yeah, we all love Quaven Kelleher. I mean, look, when we won the domestic double, he played in both finals. I mean, he's a top drawer goalkeeper. For me, you could argue he might be the 5th or 4th best goalkeeper in the Premier League, and he's our number 2. Wow. I think he'd get in a lot of Premier League teams as their number 1, to be fair.
Oh, absolutely.
I even look abroad, and I think he can go to some big teams.
And
abroad.
the crazy thing is, he'll be your number 3 next season.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And this is the thing Liverpool fans are talking about today, because Mamardashvili's obviously coming in, who I think is going to be an exceptional goalkeeper as well.
Should have came to us, man.
He's going to be an exceptional. When we bought him, I actually brought it up. I'm surprised Newcastle weren't in for someone like him.
Well, we just don't. We don't like signing players, man.
Money.
It's like for 30 million quid. I think this keeper. I think Mamardashvili is going to be a massive bargain for Liverpool, but he might not play for Liverpool for 2 more years yet. So I don't know what we're going to do, because obviously Slot's got no skin in the game with Alisson. Obviously, he's just come to the club.
Right.
Kelleher's actually played more for him than Alisson has so far.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when you got arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world fit, I know Kelleher has been on fine form. Alisson probably comes straight back in, but I don't know what you do with Kelleher in the summer. I'd love to keep him. Alisson's got 3 years left on his contract yet. I know the Saudis were interested in him last summer. Brazilians usually go home, around 30, 31, 32, and he's around that age. I wouldn't be surprised if Alisson actually left in the summer. I wouldn't be shocked if Alisson left in the summer. Apparently they want to have a meeting with Quaven Kelleher at the end of the season just to see if Alisson leaves. He might stay to be Liverpool's number 1. Mamardashvili's number 2.
Wow.
It's gonna be interesting, because Liverpool's goalkeeper depth is ridiculous. So
yeah,
Alisson, Kelleher, Mamardashvili is not officially here yet, but will be. You got to do something. You can't keep all 3. They're all number 1 goalkeepers, so I don't know what Liverpool going to do on that front.
By the way, one of our.
Sorry, Chris. What do you reckon he's worth? Because I read reports today he'd probably leave for around about 35 million.
Yeah, I think that's what he'll probably leave for. Look, because he's got a year left in his contract in the summer, because he's a good age and a very good goalkeeper, he's going to still get a good price for him. But yeah, look, I look at what goalkeepers are going for. Mamardashvili we bought for 30. If we sold Kelleher for a little bit over that pays for Mamardashvili. So it's good business all around.
Of course, it's good business. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to tell you, man. One of our chatters said if you're hurting for a right wing after Mo Salah goes, you can. Jacob Murphy's for sale.
Jacob Murphy. Yeah. Ain't he on loan right? Isn't he on loan right now?
I wish he was.
Is he still at the club? I thought he left.
Yeah, we wish every fan we talked to thinks that he left, man. I'm telling you.
I thought he left.
But anyways, let's get to your lineup. So Kelleher in, Van Dijk, Gomez. Is that the duo?
Yeah, I think the back four will stay the same. Yeah.
Okay, so Arne, Alexander, he's gonna go to Real Madrid, man. Now you're gonna be hurting.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Ooh.
So there you go. I'm the same. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be the same.
He's the easiest to replace out of all three of them.
Man, who you gonna get though? You gotta get somebody that's the same caliber.
Might have somebody already here. Connor Bradley, man.
Conor Bradley. That's right, Conor Bradley. Yeah.
Well, what a player.
So look, Trent's a tremendous footballer. I'm not going to say he's not. He's a tremendous footballer. Like his passing the other day against City was just ridiculous on another level. But he's an arrogant prick.
What's his position?
Well, look, right back this season, he's actually played all right. To be fair, I just feel like he wants Real Madrid. I feel like he wants to go to Real Madrid, and I think replacing Virgil or Mo Salah right now is much more difficult task than replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold. If Trent wants to leave, let him go, man.
What about Konate? That's not
Yeah, Konate's going to be a miss. He's got his injuries. Hopefully, he's
still on crutches, isn't he?
Yeah, hopefully it's only 6 weeks because he has been immense. So,
all right.
But Joe Gomez is a decent backup.
Yeah, and you got Robertson on the left. So, and midfield, McAllister and Gravenberch.
I think Curtis Jones might come in for this game.
For which one?
Either for McAllister or Szoboszlai. I'm not too sure.
Oh.
But I think
which one you?
I think it might be Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, he got around the pitch a lot against Man City, and it wouldn't surprise me if Curtis Jones came back in.
Curtis Jones, where is he at? I'm sure I missed him already.
You've just passed him.
Curtis Jones, and Mo Salah on the right, Gapco on the left.
Yeah, I think he might play Darwin through the middle for Newcastle.
Darwin Nunez.
Yeah,
up front.
Yeah.
So Luis Diaz not a regular starter for you?
No, I put Diaz on the left and Gakpo on the bench. Yeah,
Diaz, man, I'm telling you, man, that is one talent.
Yeah, Diaz Livermento. That's another question. That's I want to see that.
Are you one of the biggest questions at the time when we used to get together with all types of Premier League fans was Nunez, and I said Liverpool are not going to win anything with Nunez up front. What do you feel right now about Darwin Nunez? I know he likes to fight the fans and everything, but
he is what he is. Look, he's just a chaos machine. Look, I like the guy. He doesn't hide. The one thing I will say about Darwin, he gets a lot of criticism, but he doesn't hide. He goes out there and he shows his face and he does what he can. I thought when he came, I personally feel like Darwin is a perfect super sub. That's right. Personally what I feel like at times. That when he comes on, he brings that energy, he brings that chaos, he brings that pace. And I don't think centre backs particularly like playing against him because he's aggressive and he's quick. And he would be comfortable to play against. And when he came on against Man City, he's the reason we got the penalty. He just putting himself about and using his energy. I like the guy, but the way we play, our number 9 is not our main player on the pitch. It's the wingers. Our goals come from our wide area of the pitch. So Mo and Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo, whoever's playing in them wide areas of the pitch. That's where our goal threats are. And the number 9 at this moment in time, if it's Jota or if it's Darwin, they're there to link up the play. Darwin's there to use his pace and aggression, and Jota's there to use his his guile, and he can drop deep and link the midfield and the wide areas. And then Jota is very good in the box as well, to be fair. So I think if Jota was fit, Darwin wouldn't be playing as much.
Now, why do you put Nunez against us though?
I think he'll just use his pace. I think he'll want to use his pace up top against Newcastle's back four.
So that means Big Dan Burn can't be playing center forward.
He likes to do it sometimes, but our players don't they just like to do whatever they want. But Nunez certainly the hero for Liverpool fans the last time around at St. James's Park.
Yeah, and again that was off the bench, wasn't it? So that's what I'm saying. I think that if Jota was fit, I think Jota would be the starting number 9. But till then, Darwin and Luis Diaz will mix up them positions. But he hasn't. We played the front three of Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah once. and he swapped it for the next game. So I think that's what he's going to do again here as well. But yeah,
All right.
that one.
So that is the lineup for Liverpool: Keller, Van Dijk, Gomez, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson on the left, McAllister, Gravenberch, Jones, Salah, Diaz, Nunez. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, we're starting to do our bit. Newcastle's lineup. So first of all, is there a player that you think, man, you got to be careful with this guy because he might hurt us?
Well, Alexander Isak.
There we go.
Absolute. He's a tremendous finisher. My problem with Isak, though, I don't know about you Newcastle fans, but looking at it from the out, sometimes I don't think Isak's involved enough in games sometimes. But he's a tremendous finisher. I think Anthony Gordon and Bruno, obviously, in that midfield. Like your midfield's nice. You got Bruno and Tonali there. I don't think Tonali's quite working at the moment. I think having that ban, he's sort of like, not out of form, but he's just not in the rhythm at the moment, is he? Because he's been out for so long. But he'll come good because he's a quality player. Bruno's a quality player, and that's a good right hand. That right hand side of Livramento.
Well, we got to see first. We got to see this is from the last time around. But let me ask you this though, because it'll be telling what you answer. Would Isak be a starter for Liverpool if you could get him?
See, I know big up Cal, my man Cal from Coppish. He loves Isak. I don't think Isak would work for Liverpool while Mo Salah plays.
Okay.
I don't think Liverpool can actually have a clinical striker if you've got Mo Salah in the team. I don't think it would work. Also, for Newcastle, Isak's not really coming against a lot of low blocks. As much as if he started playing for Liverpool, I don't know if he'd get the same amount of goals. It's like I'm always wary of the strikers like Gyökeres at the moment. Balling out. And because he's playing against high lines constantly, and it's easier to score goals. Isak's he's a weird one. I think he's a fabulous forward. He's a fabulous finisher. But I don't. He would get goals, but would he get a fit Jota gets me 15 to 20 goals a season. A fit Isak could probably do the same thing. So, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Salah's there getting like 40 GA a season. I think it's extremely difficult to have a natural finisher as your number 9, and that's why it hasn't worked with Darwin.
Yeah, I think Isak is more technical than.
Yeah, Isak's technically beautiful, no doubt. Yeah.
But Mo Salah certainly is on the way out. It looks like a way. So if it wasn't for Mo, would you have him on the team?
Yeah, I think if we didn't have Mo, we'd change the way we played, and we'd have wide players to suit a striker. Yeah.
So basically, you would take, because I believe he is one of the best strikers in the league, Alexander Isak.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And but there's people in this chat, older people that have no doubt what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about. That don't rate Isak, that he is made of glass. So Benjamin Maven, thank you for another super chat, mate. He says Tonali out of form. Is he still picking splinters out of his ass, waiting to get ahead of Longstaff? Do you know who Longstaff is? You ever heard of him?
Yeah, his brother plays in our youth. His brother plays in our youth team.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! That's how he knows Longstaff, man. Come on, man.
Louis.
Hey, how come he didn't get a chance at Newcastle? What the hell?
I have no idea how that happened because there's 3 brothers, ain't there? 2 of them at Newcastle, and
one is in Toronto.
Louis.
Well, it was when Bruce was here, and I think his dad seen what was happening with Bruce and Matty and Sean.
If he plays like his brother,
he did a Lee Clark. He says, "Hey, if you get a chance to go to Liverpool, son, go to Liverpool."
Yeah.
If he plays like his brother, he better stay over there. All right, let's go. What do you think? What do you guys think of Nick Pope, Fabian Scher? Lloyd Kelly's not gonna start this. This is for a long time ago. So we're gonna put Dan Burn there, Fabian Scher, Lewis Hall on the left.
Dan Burn.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. You see,
Jamie's liking what he's seeing right now. He's liking it. I don't like how much he likes that.
Man, he loves it. He loves it. He's gonna play against it. So come on, man, Mighty Win, give up, man. You have
Nope.
fans that are first in the league, surprised that Newcastle United are going to choose Dan Burn, are choosing Longstaff. They don't believe none of this nonsense. These numpty stats that you bring up. He is the cohesion of the cohesion of shite, man. What the hell, man? You got to put the best players on the pitch at all times, man. But Dan Byrne, I apologize, Jamie. We burning your eyes with Dan Byrne on the lineup right there. But Lewis Hall, he's good though. Lewis Hall.
Oh, Lewis Hall's arguably the best left back in the league.
Ooh, man.
I think Lewis Hall's a diamond of a footballer. I really do. I think
think-
Yeah, he's
him
excellent.
I think he's been one of the better left backs in the league this season. Good little player, man. Little player.
Yeah. No, I do agree. I do agree with that. Livramento on the right, another good talent. Not as probably as bright as Lewis Hall is looking right now, but a good looking talent
Right, good.
on the right. In the middle, where we are tough. Well, first of all, guys, do you agree on the back four? I would assume yes.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I agree on the
Yeah.
back four. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm scared.
midfield-
I'm scared because Darwin, like he was saying, Darwin's slippery. He's quick, and Shar and Byrne,
He's strong.
and he's strong. Yeah, I mean he's very strong for how small he is actually, and I could see Byrne making a mess with him. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
can see him putting him in his pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope so. I hope so.
So midfield, we got here Willock, Tonali, Guimaraes. What's going to happen here? Because it's Tonali. I don't know if you know this, Jamie, but Tonali doesn't start most games, man. Just no injuries or anything like that. He just
It's match fitness, ain't it, with him? Man?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I think he's pretty much fit after that last performance. Certainly running all over the place. But
He did the
just,
last four full internationals for Italy.
Yeah, he's played all
Save
90
again.
minutes.
Yeah.
he's now. So Tonali, Bruno, and Willock. Do we agree on that, or what do we think is going to happen?
I
there?
don't think you can change it, mate, to be fair. I mean, that was a poor performance the weekend, but it is our strongest lineup as we speak. So I don't think you can change it.
Okay.
Here's the bombshell. I think he'll go 4-4-2.
Man, he's
He'll
never
he'll
changed
drop
formation.
Willock and put Longstaff back in and go with Gordon and Isaac up front.
4-4-2 does hurt Liverpool in this season.
Yeah, I think he'll go 4-4-2.
And Willock's
you
been
think-
banged up the last two matches, so
I think
Maybe
he'll
an
go
excuse to pull him
4-5-1, if I'm honest.
4-5.
How did you play against? How did you set up against Arsenal?
4-5-1
Was it 4-5-1? Yeah, it might be. the
and a
same.
5-4-1.
Yeah,
Same as against Man City.
yeah. Yep.
Michael McIntyre, thank you for another super chat. Says, why not play the lady
Liverpool.
um,
Well, they just twanked with, didn't they?
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
beat us 5-1.
5-1.
oh, so I'm afraid of them then. Well, I mean, Willock is. I would put this lineup. I think this is our best lineup. But then our manager is just lost at the moment. So I think he might put Longstaff back in.
But what I'm saying is I think he put Longstaff in, but he won't drop Tonali.
Yeah, but so he's gonna drop Bruno, his captain.
Miley has
Who
to
No,
does
be
he's
that?
bench
going to
too.
drop Willock.
All right.
Where's
well,
Miley?
if-
Where's Miley at?
He's got to make the
He's on the
bench.
bench.
He's on-
Yeah, he's
on
just
the-
come back off injury. He had a metatarsal injury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but-
So he's been playing under 21s
He had
over the
another
last
21 game
and
last week. He
and
might-
he's
he might
talking
be back
about
on the
getting
bench.
in this one. Yeah, he's talking about being in the under 21s on Friday again.
Yeah, but
So yeah, he may be on the bench, but just to get minutes in his legs. But he played really well on Friday, just gone. So it'll be interesting because me and Chris was talking about it when we were doing the commentary, the live watch along, and we were saying, how come we've only got one player on the bench? And it's just typical that you have two midfielders go out injury when you've only got one natural midfielder to replace them. So yeah, for me, he seems to be the only player that we've got that shows the eye for a pass through the channels. It's really weird.
Yeah.
We've got all this talent, and very few seem to know or have the ability to see the pass. And that's what we've been struggling with, if I'm honest. Where we've been successful is against the teams that press us. is the teams that want to get behind us. So
Well,
any of the top teams, the Arsenals, the Man Cities,
yeah.
Well,
and like with Liverpool's,
you got
it'll be give you the ball and then try and hit you on the break. That's how it feels like to me.
you got pace in them wide areas as well, ain't you? You know,
Yeah.
Joel Linton's big and strong. Gordon's quick. That's quick. So you got that pace on the counter attack, and if Bruno can get hold of the ball, and supply the wide players, and make them runs into the box, that's definitely a threat from Newcastle, definitely. So I could see maybe Eddie Howe going down that route, like a counter attacking. But do the home crowd enjoy a counter attacking team? Or do they prefer Newcastle to be? Now, growing up, I've always known Newcastle fans that want to play front foot football. Getting on the ball, playing front foot football.
That is the popular belief. Trust me, Newcastle fans would rather see a boring
Well, at
1-0
this point,
victory
Yeah,
than a fabulous 4-3 defeat
no, I
against
wouldn't.
Liverpool.
So only speak for yourself, man. I like, yeah. It's just like I like winning a boring game. Yeah, we all like winning. So that's not the point. The point is playing good football. Good, not pretty, not whatever. Good football, doing what you want on the pitch. And at this point in time, we have no clue what the hell the manager wants. And it's
Good
just that's the way.
football is coming away with a W.
No, it isn't. It isn't because you can just get the win out of an own goal like we did against Crystal Palace, almost did against Crystal Palace. And then what? What about the form? Because you get drawn at the end, equalize at the end. And so you gotta. The more you play good, the better chances of winning you're gonna. That's what they're there to do. That's why they get paid all this money. They don't just get paid all this money to just say, let's get on there and see what happens. That don't work like that. They need to go out there and, especially right now, I mean, we're on zero form. That's why we're not even saying that the aura or the whatever you want to call it of St. James's Park might save us against Liverpool. Because or the most fans are not saying that because Liverpool is a team on form. And when you're on form, it doesn't matter if you're playing in Mars. You have a chance of winning. Simple as that. Isak is going to be there. I don't know if he's hurt or not hurt. I don't know what's going on. Well, actually, he did say he came out in an interview today, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's fine. Actually,
I think he's fine. He had a little knock, and
It was more bone on bone, wasn't it, rather than a muscle?
so Gordon on the right again.
Not
Oh.
for me.
But
I
if
mean,
you're
to be
gonna have
fair,
Joe Linton,
I think. I have a feeling he'll probably pull Joe Linton inside a little bit and have Willock on the outside, and you'll have your three of Tonali, Bruno on the right, and Joe Linton on the left side of centre, and just give Jay Willock a bit more of a free role in front, and staying in the formation out wide because the one thing that Willock's got, he has got the ability to pass the ball in and behind. So there's lots. I mean, Willock has to be on his game. I think the trouble is at the minute. I mean, Jamie's got to be really scared of a team that produces an XG of 0.02. So I mean, I'm not being funny when you don't get to win a title after 4 years of being the only team not to have a shot on target and potentially win a game. Is mental, if I'm honest.
yeah.
So like I say, what we've got to do is, and you never look at anybody getting up for a game like you would do against the league leaders at the minute. So motivation should already be there. It shouldn't need a lot under your own lights. And I keep saying this. SJP used to be a fortress under lights in any night of the week, but we were really poor against West Ham. And I just hope the problem is against West Ham is you go for the jugular. You're not set up in a formation. I think when we've played the bigger teams, Eddie Howe set them up a really mid to low block, and he's looked at that counter press when we get the ball back. And I think if Liverpool come at us, feel a bit more comfortable, relax a little bit at the back, that's when you can get into spaces. The biggest problem for me is the fact that once we've got the chance, we all know Liverpool have been tight this season. If you get a half a chance, you've got to put it away to punish them because you don't get a second bite of the cherry.
Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you, RG Fox, for the super sticker. £10 right there. Number one fan says RG Fox. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. All right, well, I think we're gonna get better in this one. We're already starting the matchups. We're gonna do player by player, folks. And this might be a tough one because I don't think we've lost one yet. Maybe we have by one or two. we usually win the midfield, but we shall see. Goalkeepers: Nick Pope versus Kelleher. Mighty win. What's your vote? Keep tabs as well. Write it down the ends. And people in the chat, let us know who you pick, who you'd rather have objectively. Don't lie to yourself.
I'm going to go for Popey just for experience. I don't think there's a lot between them, but I think experience-wise...
First thing we say objectively, this guy just doesn't give a shit. All right, well, hey, Pope international though. Well, Kelleher goes to Ireland as well, don't he? So there you go. Thank you, Queen of Heart. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for that. They have gone to Davey, Pat, Fred, Elliott, Jason Brown, Mason, who we give our heartfelt thoughts to Mason. He lost a family member, so shout out to Mason. And Lars Lungskog in the chat. So thank you so much, Queen of Heart. Appreciate that support. And okay, Gary, who did you pick?
Kelleher for me. I think he's I don't think he's at his best yet. I think the best is yet to come from him. Hope probably just, but I'd go with Kelleher just from his distribution.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brent.
This one's actually tough, but I think Kelleher probably just age. From what I've seen of him, he's looked really good, and like you said, distribution's going to be way better than Pope. So, yeah,
that's the thing. All right, well, Jamie, go on, man.
Yeah, Queven. Yeah. I think if Kelleher played for Newcastle, his passing ability out from the back would cause opposition more trouble, and you'd get quicker up the field as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, so Kelleher gets that one, and we shall go with the next one. The next one we got is let's go with the center backs, of course. Come on, man. Man, I swear to God.
We even got to go.
Come on, man. This is not even fair, man.
You might as well just put Virgil in straight.
This is not even fair, man. Mighty win. If you don't say what you need to say, it's gonna be a problem, man. Because the man, I've been a fan of him forever. I think he's one of the legends.
Look at his market value compared to Byrne, and he's a year older.
Exactly. Well, I mean, come on, man. It's not even.
So I'll go for BDB. No, just kidding.
There you go. So Dan Byrne. Look at this. Even
I've already written it down, man.
Exactly. So it's not even. Shall we move on? Shall we move on? Let's move on.
Just move on. This is a clean sweep.
Yeah, let's move on, man. Come on, man. All right. Well, this one might be a decent one. Gomez. Oh no, sorry. Well, we're gonna go Fabian Schär on the right, and on the left. Sorry, and then on the right we got Gomez. Gomez. Well, you guys wanted to sell him last season? What was the deal?
Yeah, so I think you guys wanted him, didn't you, in the deal?
Yeah.
I think if Joe Gomez was playing for Newcastle, they'd start for you. So, yeah.
Well, James Thatcher says, "Stop talking sense, Jamie." So okay, well, you go on, Jamie.
Jamie's namesake was here. He would be voting for Schär.
Nah. Well, Jamie, you going first. Fabian Schär or Gomez?
Oh, Gomez.
Okay. So there we go. Gomez. Mighty win.
I'll go for Jamie.
But look at that heat map, though. Look at that heat map, though, man. He's not giving you much of proactiveness, I guess you can say, on the pitch. He doesn't
not
really
been
move up.
playing much, has he?
Well, that's true too. Yeah,
Konate's been Konate's.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Mighty win. Who you go for?
I'm saying I'm going to vote for Jamie Smith. So I'll say Schär.
There you go. Gary?
Gomez.
I was voting for myself. I would go for Gomez.
Brent?
Yeah, it's Gomez again. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. We're getting swept already, man.
I mean, Schär is so important for us at the back because he's one of the only ones who can distribute from the back, from the very back. But it's got to be Gomez.
But we're not going to even scarier. Their subs are better than our starters.
I know.
I mean, that's what's scary.
people in the chat were saying, "Can we do the play-by-play on their subs against our
I don't
our
think the
starters?"
gap was huge between Shar and Gomez, but it is
No,
big
no.
enough to.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna get swept though because Lewis Hall, I guarantee you, will
Yeah.
win against the Scott
Oh, I guarantee.
and
Yeah.
Andrew
Lewis-
Robertson.
yeah.
So
I'd,
is that a
I'd have Lewis Hall over Robbo right now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
So
too.
everybody's
Yeah,
against. So
that's a
look,
sweep.
look at
Yeah,
that.
Lewis Hall.
We're making a comeback, baby. We're on the comeback.
Well,
Oh man.
might be
All
worse.
right.
Might be worse.
Let's go. Ooh, fuck.
Might be
Now,
worse.
now we've got a tough choice.
Now we got man.
Oh,
Livramento versus Real Madrid Seeked. Trent Alexander-Arnold, England international.
Yeah.
And the thing with Arnold though, he can play different positions too, man. But fuck me, man. It's just not even right.
I like Livramento, but Trent's passing ability just is second to none. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
face-
set
the
piece
face to
delivery.
save.
It's everything. You know, it gives you what we used to get from trips. You know, you've got that player who can pass a 70-yard ball to feet over the top. Great at set pieces. I mean, he does lose his concentration at times in defence, and he does, you know, move out of position a few times because I think, like you said, he's a bit of a big-headed bugger, and he sees himself as the limelight. And like I say, that's his chink in the armour. If I'm honest, but
That's
you
why he's
can't
good
beat
for
his
Madrid.
delivery. I think he's good. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Martin Owen says, "Hi, I'm new to this channel. Great banter. I just want Eddie Howe to be more positive and get those players running more. They look like they have no trust in the manager." So shout out, thank you, Martin. I appreciate you
Thank
being
you,
on the
Martin.
channel, mate. Welcome. And you are right. The players look like they're.
Can I ask where that come from? Because when Eddie Howe first came to Newcastle, he was revolutionary, wasn't he? Where he took
Right.
you, he looked like the players loved him.
Exactly.
Where's the turn happened? Is it has he overdone his welcome? Should he have been moved on?
I believe it's
No,
last
well,
season and
a
this
lot
season.
of people, Jamie, think that it was when Amanda and Mirdad, the two directors who brought him in, were forced out in the summer.
Right.
And then they brought a new DOF in on top of them, and there's been friction between them, and just things have just been behind the scenes. Things have just been bad.
Lack of signing. Haven't signed anybody in the last 3 windows.
Signing, yeah. I really think the players have been confused by some of the subs too, though. I really think that some of these substitutions and changes that he's made I think it's really confused the players.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's confused me, that's for sure.
Oh, there you go. So Trent winning this one by a landslide, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd been available, Livramento wouldn't have been had his cap.
Can't believe he's only 26. That's what gets me. He seems to have been around
Yeah.
for years.
18 he made his
Forever and a day.
first game, yeah. 18 when he
Yeah,
made
that is crazy. Well, I mean, he's been a great top talent since he started. So that makes him look a lot older.
Yeah, what was he like at 22 though? Was he still? I mean,
immense.
he was.
Quality player.
He was already there.
I mean, he won Champions League at 19. I mean, he's
That's true.
Yeah. So I'm assuming McAllister is going to be your holding mid, and I'm going to put the best on the grill. I'm going to put all the meat on the grill for this one too. Sandro Tonali versus McAllister, and on this one, I'm going to go with Sandro Tonali because World Cup winner though, you got to give him that.
I was going to say you're going to go with Sandro over a World Cup winner.
No, but I mean, I think Sandro. Yeah, that's just Italy, man. One of the biggest international teams in the history of football.
Like Argentina aren't.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They both play for it, so I'm just choosing to go.
I like Tonali. I think he's a great player, but McAllister at this moment in time is just,
But you wanted him out a season ago, so I'm like, man, I'm not allowing no nonsense, man.
head and shoulders at the moment, McAllister.
He's come back and he's a different light, mate, isn't he?
Yeah.
I saw that goal that he scored the other day, and you know he played the channel ball, and the channel ball didn't work, so he played the give and go, run between the lines. You know, the deepest midfielder opened up the whole of the. Even though it was congested, he just seemed to have so much space around him
Like the
to
Red
have
Sea.
the feedback, and it's like, what the heck? You know, how can you guys do it? And we've got all this talent on the park that just don't see that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you've just got to gamble. If nobody else is doing it for you, make the line. Make the move to break the lines. And unfortunately, with Bruno and Tonali this season, just don't do that.
Yeah, like you said, Jamie, I think Slot's really just got some of these players have been able to take a breath. I think it was just maybe a little bit too much there for a bit, and then Slot's come in and just they've been able to breathe, and just play their game. And I think that's what you've seen, maybe.
Well, we play through the midfield now. Like our midfielders get hold of the ball far more than they used to. So, and it's helping McAllister out as well. He had him as a lone sixth last season because for some reason we didn't buy DM. Well, we did buy DM. He just didn't play Graham Birch where he was meant to play him. And McAllister, he's not got that reason in the game, so players just run off him. But you get him where he's meant to play alongside someone like a Graham Birch or a DM or whatever. You see the quality in the players. So, yeah, he's been excellent this season.
Yeah.
I would go with McAllister, but I really think Tonali hasn't been played properly. I think
bring it on.
No, I think that he needs more of a run, and Howe needs to figure it out. Because in my opinion, Tonali, I mean, he should be one of our best players. He could be our best player.
I think he is our best player.
Yeah, but he hasn't been utilized the way he should be. And I think that's his biggest problem this year.
Does he play him too deep?
No, I think
it's his natural position.
He doesn't play him. That's the problem.
He doesn't play.
He just doesn't play.
Longstaff plays instead. And then when he had played early in the year, he was off on the right next to Murphy, who you thought we had loaned out to God knows who. So
before he went,
I mean, when he was playing, he wasn't really in the right position, and he was playing next to a lame duck. So
what do with Tonali? Because I think Tonali's in it. I couldn't believe it when you bought him, and the man's a baller. But when you see Milan sold him, I think they already knew what was coming. That's why they sold him. I look at him and I think what Slot's done with Gravenberch made him the focal point of our team. I think that's what you need to do with Tonali. Just put him in the midfield and make him the absolute focal point of your team. But I think he holds Bruno in a higher esteem, so he won't do it.
Yep. Yeah, completely true.
Before we continue, because let's go finish with the voting. So, Gary, what do you think about Tonali and McAllister?
This is probably the hardest shout, if I'm honest. But I've got to go with McAllister for what he does for Liverpool. It's just the what he sees and how he brings other players into the game. And if other players aren't doing it, he does it himself. I'm sorry. I haven't seen enough of Tonali to say Tonali should be in front of McAllister yet.
I said Tonali, so we're drawing. So mighty win is going to be the one.
Well, obviously, I'm going to go opposite you.
And he's going to decide it. And he's not a Tonali fan. He hates him. Every player that plays good, he doesn't want. He wants the rubbish ones
all day.
There we go. So but obviously McAllister is a good player. So McAllister gets this one. Let me go with Ravi here. First time seeing Ravi. Welcome, mate. And he says, "What's the question? Thought on how Newcastle can stop any Liverpool attacks from early?" Well, I have a really good method. It just hide and run, and that's just pretty much it. To be fair, but anybody want to weigh in? How do we stop Liverpool?
Yeah. We've got 6 keepers. Put them all on and just block the goal.
No, I think the J7 Hall combination has to happen again. I think when we go back to the City match, you know how good J7 and Hall were together, slowed down that side. But I mean, Salah is just in another level right now. So you just kind of have to hope and pray. Put your prayers up.
That's going to be the matchup, though, isn't it? Salah and Hall.
Yeah, I really like that.
I really want to preview. This is exactly this. It's the polar opposite of the West Ham match preview.
Yeah, it is.
When all the West Ham fans were doom and gloom.
Yeah, but West Ham don't have the weapons that they can say that they don't have. We don't have on the opposite end. We don't have the weapons that Liverpool has at this moment. As much as good players that we would do. No, we only got Tonali, and that's about it. And Isak and Gordon when he wants to play. He already got paid, so I don't know if he wants to play anymore.
Bonds.
But Oh, but like, hey, manager doesn't play him, so if he doesn't play, he can't just
Just
force himself.
saying.
I'm just saying. But anyway, so Tonali wins this one. Let's move forward. We're gonna put Bruno
McAllister wins this one, by the way.
McAllister. Sorry, McAllister. So we're gonna put Bruno against Gravenberch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, don't we?
That's gonna be a fun one.
Bruno
Yeah, it
Guimaraes from the favelas. He's not from the favelas, man.
And
He's not. He's not
are we
playing like he's from
comparing-
the favelas. He's playing like he was born in France or something.
Exactly. Are we comparing Bruno as we know he can play, or Bruno as he's
No,
actually
it's
playing?
called.
I think it's got to be form. Yeah.
Current form. So, okay, Bruno versus Ryan from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Mighty win.
Well, as I say, if we're doing current form, it's
Current form. That's what it
Gravenberch.
is, man. Current form.
He's had a fantastic season, hasn't he? Jamie Gravenberch, he's been one of the sort of surprise packages, really, hasn't he?
I think he's the best midfielder in the league at the moment. On form. On
gonna
form.
say.
Man.
On form. I
He's
mean,
been outstanding.
for someone who didn't really play much under Jurgen Klopp, and Klopp didn't quite know what to do with him, and then Slot. Now, we was after Zubimendi in the summer, and then we didn't get him, and Slot's going, you know what? I've got my man here in Gravenberch. And, yeah, when you watch him play now, he's just... I think he's won the most interceptions and tackles in the Champions League for a
In the
midfielder.
Champions League, yeah.
Yeah, and his interceptions and tackles are high in the Premier League. It's a little less in the Premier League because we have more of the ball. But yeah, he's starting attacks. He's picking the ball up. He's drops a shoulder. He's got that turn on him. He's not the greatest passer. You know, he's not going to split lines, but he's decent. You know, I just think at the moment on form, he's arguably the best number 6 in the country right now. Him and Thingy from Chelsea, which I think they're the two.
Caicedo.
Yeah, Caicedo. Yeah.
I think that's what separates.
You know what though, Jamie? I think
Who you were after.
the difference is now. You see, when you put Gravenberch next to our best player,
Ooh,
Longstaff,
he
he does a lot of the donkey work, doesn't he? You know, like I said, when you've got like the likes of McAllister's, you know, Gravenberch, he's got that brain on him where, like you say, he doesn't get involved a lot. He'll just drop into the hole and let everybody else play in front of him. And, you know, we've got Longstaff who tries to do that for us. And, you know, sometimes it works.
Yeah.
No, I think the point there is you said Gravenberch didn't really play under Klopp. He just kind of had to sit the pine and you know, he practiced. He probably worked really hard. He just couldn't get on. And as soon as Slot gave him a chance, he's obviously been like, I'm going to take this. And that's something that Newcastle needs. We don't have enough competition in these places. And that's part of, you know, when people say Howe hasn't been back necessarily, you know, we haven't brought anybody in the last 2 transfer windows, so we don't really have, everything's gotten stale that way. We don't have a lot of competition. Guys know each other, know what each other can do. So that's something that we need badly.
And I love Bruno, by the way. I think Bruno's a tremendous player. But when I see Bruno this year, I look at him and think, is he playing like his heart's in it at the moment? Did he want to leave in the summer? You know,
there we go.
You know,
you getting
because I think Bruno's a tremendous player. When you first bought him, I thought, yeah, great player there. What a player he is. But this season, I look at him thinking, yeah, I think he wanted his move in the summer and it never came.
Well, he's been moved to our captain, and a lot of people think that that's a big issue too. Is that's kind of gone to his head, and you know.
Thank you, Benjamin, again for another super chat. Says concede the Liverpool fine, just play better and fight.
He must have got some Thanksgiving money, has he?
Yeah, he got some. Leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, man. Let him do his
He's
thing.
saxful.
Let him do his thing. All right. So anybody? So what's going on here? Bruno, Brent, who do you choose?
It's got to be Gravenberch. Bruno's just been off the pace recently.
Everybody, Gravenberch.
Dito.
Yep.
Yeah, Dito.
All right, there we go. So the next one, who do we put? Luis Diaz. Yeah, we're gonna have to put Luis Diaz. He's not. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be no. Sorry. Let me go. Joe Linton.
Just leave Salah in. I mean, you don't need to do that.
Oh yeah, we don't need to do that. That's right. No, you're right though. You're right, man. Luis Diaz against Joe Linton. He's gonna be on the left. And I don't think there's comparison. I think Luis Diaz is going to get it every time.
I think it's Diaz, Salah, Zach. I think that's the 3.
Yeah. So
Can we all agree on that?
I will say, Joe Linton
Yeah.
does so much more for us defensively, and
Yeah.
he's kind of a
Yeah.
beast in the middle there. So just to give him his props for that. But when it comes to that wing position, it's got to be Diaz.
And Joe Linton
Yeah.
wears the tightest shorts I've ever seen on a human man.
Oh,
Like,
you're looking out for that sort of thing.
no, every time I watch Joe Linton, because he's ginormous, ain't he? His legs are like
Yeah.
the size of my head, man. He is just,
Yeah.
I like Joe Linton, by the way. I think he's
So
a good
do I.
player. And I think
but
Eddie Howe, what he did to his career, giving
Yeah.
him that boost, putting him in the position he should have been in the whole
But
time. Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he might double up with Lewis Hall tomorrow, on Wednesday. as
Yeah,
well.
I think so.
the thing
Try
is,
got my-
is a left wing. It's not a fair one. So. Yeah, I mean, we save time. I mean, Curtis Jones. I mean, not Curtis. Is that no? That's not Curtis Jones. Is it?
You did say Curtis Jones, yeah,
Yeah, Curtis Jones.
So you did say Curtis Jones.
in the 10.
And then Isak. I think Isak is. Well, how many goals Jones has scored this season?
Not many. Couple,
Well,
I think.
it's not his fault.
Yeah.
is it?
So Isak either, but Isak's got the talent and skill. I think that to surpass him so far as form. And on the right side. Who the hell do we got on there? Oh no, we got Gordon on the right side though.
No, you've got to go Willock and Curtis
No, we-
Jones, haven't you?
Yeah, Curtis
Because
Jones.
it'll be Nunes and Isak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't scroll up. So yeah, Curtis Jones and Willock.
I'd have
Yeah.
Curtis Jones
all
tomorrow.
right, Curtis Jones, man.
So
He's,
Curtis Jones.
Curtis. I think all Curtis Jones' problems ever been for Liverpool is injuries. And not getting able to play. And when he plays, I think he shows people actually how technically good he is as a footballer.
Yeah.
I said it. I've been saying this for ages. I believe he's technically better than Jude Bellingham. He's just not. Jude Bellingham's got higher IQ and is more clutch.
Just because he didn't go to Liverpool, man. Stop.
I think Curtis Jones is technically a very good midfielder.
But
Did
okay,
brilliant
so-
when he came on for England, didn't he?
Yeah, he's
he's
technically
quality.
superb, and he's got quick feet. He's got a good touch. He can go around players. He's press resistant as well. Barely gives the ball away.
But I would rather compare. I would rather compare Curtis Jones and J7. And then we get one in.
No. Well, he's gonna play that left wing though. That's unfortunate, but
No,
That's what he's gonna
well,
do.
Willock.
Yeah,
Willock
man.
can.
Well, Willock is not gonna
Will-
win against Diaz either. So
Correct. But at least we'll get J7 in against Jones.
But Nunez against Isak, that's interesting
it's
one.
Isak.
But
Isak.
That's
Isak's gonna
Isak,
get that
yeah.
one. Now on the right, Gordon and Salah, no chance.
No comparison.
Much as I like
No,
Gordon.
not a
If
single
this
chance.
was last season, then maybe you'd
Maybe he
say
has
some
fighting for it.
things. But I mean, Salah's like Jamie said. I think Salah right now is one of the best players, probably the best player in the world.
I got a feeling Anthony Gordon's going to have a blinder though Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
I've got a feeling he's
we'd
going
like
to
to
have a
see
great game.
that.
I think he's going to have a great game.
He needs one. Mate. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I think he just wants
No,
to show Liverpool that he's still.
exactly. That's what he's
still
saying, man. He's
better.
saying he wants to show Liverpool
Yeah.
what he's worth. But he said that he grew up a Liverpool fan, so
Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. All right. As far as predictions is concerned, mate, Jamie, what do you go with for Wednesday?
2-0 Liverpool.
That's easy. That's just getting it done.
We don't.
Let's put it.
we
I
don't-
appreciate that though. Put a shot just right in the temple. Make it quick.
We don't smash teams like we did under Klopp. We can win games 1 and 2-0 now under Arne Slot because we're more possession based, we're more patient. We've got a better defence now. So, yeah, I think 2-0 Liverpool. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Newcastle will cause us problems, but I think we'll see them problems out.
Yeah. And Mighty Win, what's your prediction?
1-0 to 2.
1-0 Newcastle. Gary?
2-0 Liverpool.
All right. Brent?
I'd have to say 2-1 Liverpool. I think they're going to snatch victory out of the hands of defeat. Or no, maybe not defeat, but they're going to win it towards the end.
Is Isaac fit?
Well,
Supposedly.
Well, he went off after 15 minutes on Saturday, but apparently it was, as Gary was just saying before, it was bone on bone. It's not muscular. It was just like a bang.
So it's just painful. Yeah, it's just pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that It's a negative on his ain't it? It's his injury.
No, he made a
record.
glass.
Mate, he's got no bollocks.
Yeah.
He's got no bollocks
He could have
whatsoever.
finished that game.
When the going gets tough, trust me, we were commenting, me and Win, and we were saying it's like there was a sniper in Crystal Palace's bloody ground, because literally within 10 minutes there was half a dozen white and black shirts hitting the floor, and we all kept saying, well, why are they going down? You know, you looked at Willock, kept on looking at his heel, he had to change his boot. Then you got Isaac that, had a hip knock. And trust me, played football for years at a decent level. We all get these knocks, smacking on the shin. It stings like fuck. But I mean, he walked off that park without a limp and nothing. You can actually say to yourself, was the gaffer just trying to, keep him ready for Wednesday? He may have been, just in case there was something else around there. Yes, he may have had an impact on the nerve. Obviously, anything in and around the pelvic area when you smack a nerve, it does give you a bit of a strange feeling. But trust me, there's a lot more mental issue going on, I think, with the likes of Isaac, the likes of Willock, and Wilson to a degree. I think it's more of a mental thing. These guys do get injured a hell of a lot, and they walk off the park as if there's nothing wrong with them, and that frustrates
and then they play
the
the
life
next
out of them.
game. No issues.
Yeah.
Well, that is a lot of people are saying that, so they might have a point. Okay, so who else is missing a prediction? Everybody gave a prediction. I say 1-1, just because I'm hopeful. I don't usually predict Newcastle losses, but this one would have been. I think one time I did it, and I was almost right until I changed my prediction against Arsenal. No, not Arsenal. Sorry, not Arsenal. Some other team. But I think 1-1 might be hopeful for that at home. And it wouldn't be a bad result for Liverpool. I mean, you've been winning every fucking thing. So
I just want us to keep winning because, Arsenal got Man United on the same day. Man United can do us a favour. That'd be
you got 10-point lead, 11-point lead.
I mean,
come on, man.
I can't believe how many Man City fans yesterday said they want Liverpool to win title. I just think everyone hates Arsenal fans so much.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, players who have played for Newcastle and Liverpool. Drum roll. Well, one, Kevin Keegan. He was going to get honored.
Kevin Keegan, McDermott, Kennedy, two.
Terry McDermott.
Come on, hold on, relax, man. Get everybody.
Terry McDermott, Alan Kennedy. Yeah.
Nobody says
John
Michael
Barnes.
Owen.
John Barnes, I believe.
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen, man.
Yeah,
Michael Owen. He's
I'm saying who went on to win the Champions League after leaving us.
Who cares about that? I said it was played for both teams. Jorginho was Wijnaldum. He actually played great for both teams.
Yeah,
He did, yeah, absolutely.
Haman, Didi Haman.
Yeah.
Andy Carroll.
Milner. Didn't Milner?
Oh, John Joe Shelby.
Enrique.
John
Shelby.
Yeah. James
Wow,
Milner.
he got around, didn't he? Peter Beardsley.
Yeah.
Peter.
Come on, man.
Ian Rush.
Oh, I gotta go.
Barry Venison.
Mike Cooper. Mike Hooper.
Mike Hooper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
Who is ginger
But Loris Karius, though. Loris
Karius,
Karius. Oh, that's you don't bring that up, though.
Poor Loris Harris.
Loris Karius.
He's retiring, ain't he? He's retiring.
Yeah, he is.
Andy Carroll. Oh, come on. We didn't say Andy Carroll.
Oh, yeah, Carroll.
The highest paid.
Carroll.
Because we robbed Liverpool on that one.
Yeah, we did. We robbed Liverpool blind.
No, here's one. How about Mankillo?
Manquillo, man.
Good
Manquillo.
fullback.
Carroll still plays, I think.
Hey,
Jose
Enrique.
Yeah, Spanish.
Do you know what's mad about Carroll? Obviously, we bought him for 35 million. On the same day, we bought Luis Suarez for 25 million.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
You bought Suarez for 25 and Carroll for 35?
That was with a 50 that you got for Torres.
Yeah, that's right.
Torres,
He was killing
crazy.
it at Ajax, man. He was killing it at Ajax. Luis Suarez.
I tell you what makes me laugh, though, about Andy Carroll. He is the most successful British striker to date now at Bordeaux.
Really?
He's hitting them. Yeah,
He's still playing.
His XG is phenomenal, mate. His XG is phenomenal. Even better than Harry Kane. Well, that doesn't say a lot, does it?
Yeah. James Milner, nobody mentioned him. James
Millie.
Go back to Douglas. Yeah, you've got his son Paul.
Danny Guthrie.
Yeah.
Danny Guthrie.
He's saying Russian Barnes.
I'm going to count Grobler because he threw the ball in.
Yeah.
against Newcastle.
Craig,
Allegedly won a few, Bob.
Yeah.
Craig Bellamy. Don't forget about Craig
Andy
Bellamy.
Cole
Bellamy.
first
Oh,
half hat
Craig,
trick.
That's
We got
right.
a lot of. One thing though that I say this all the time. Well, first of all, I want to ask you because I've been told,
Craig
Jamie, that
Bellamy.
Yep.
yeah, I just said that. I've been told, Craig, that you guys put in speakers in the stadiums, man, in the stands, man. You guys put speakers in the stands?
Who does? Well,
Liverpool.
Liverpool. No.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's just our fans, man. I think
That's
Newcastle and Liverpool are very similar. Fan base.
exactly. I say the same thing all the time. They're very
I
similar,
think
man,
they're the most passionate fans, in my opinion.
in English
Newcastle
football.
and Liverpool fans. Let's
Well,
face it. Look, Newcastle's a one-team city, so's Liverpool. Let's face it. No one supports Everton. So, like,
Except the majority of Liverpool.
yeah. But yeah, it's yeah. Well, that's why I've always got massive respect for Newcastle. I've got a soft spot for Newcastle. Always have done, because I look at both cities and
Yeah, it's just because we haven't challenged you guys at all.
no, I've always
Because you guys are winning everything and we're second place. We're the lovable losers.
I love Newcastle, man. I love the city of Newcastle. Gone up there a few times as well. It's a beautiful city as well.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll finish it. We'll finish it off with subscribe if you want to. Football fan, go subscribe to Jamie's channel. Let me see right there. Let me put the channel.
We're still wanting predictions from Andy, Jody Toon for Life, Ian Fleming, Queenies. I just saw come in there 1-1. George Eaton, Beer Viking, Hells, Sean waiting for yours, Ulfa, Jonathan Shaw, Paul, Trulls, Foxy, Beard. Is Beard in the chat, isn't he?
Well, he was earlier on, but no, actually,
It was,
I will update it because a lot of them did post it on the community of the. You gotta take a look at that community of the channel, and they do a lot of those to give those their predictions there. So for members, so I'll update that anyway. But if you haven't, make sure you give us your predictions if you're part of that weekly tournament. Jamie, it's been lovely to have you on, mate. Appreciate you coming on.
Well done.
Thanks, Jamie.
Great, well done, and we're definitely gonna get you on next time. Go subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats on YouTube. Liverpool fan, great stuff. He talks about Liverpool, but football, man. It's right now they're on top of the league.
Universal language.
Fucking hell, man! They're on top of the league and just come and batter us.
Top of everything.
Yeah. And big shout out to Don Husam and Callum Sanderson, Team Coppish. They wanted to join, but we just couldn't figure out the time. But great channels, as well as, like I said, Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for supporting. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a Newcastle fan. And we shall see you all on the next one. Bye bye.
How are the lads?
And lasses.